The new political party is fronted by former PPP heavyweight Ralph Ramkaran, who is also former Speaker of the National Assembly. Other members include former PPP government minister Dr. Henry Jeffrey, attorney-at-law Timothy Jonas, who holds dual citizenship by descent, businessman Kian Jabour, who holds a dual citizenship, having been born in Canada, businessman Benny Sankar, and Akani Blair, who was recently the PPP's vice chairman in Linden. But the one thing the party seems to be missing is the female makeup. As such, Mr. Jonas addressed the issue in his speech and noted that the majority of the women Anug approach fear that they will be victimized if they join or publicly support the new party.
Ladies represent more than 50% of our population. None are here. Because when they were presented with the grand opportunity to aggrandize themselves and to go to the front and to seek power because oil is coming, all of them quite practically correctly informed us that while they support us, they are much more sensible than any of the 5 gentlemen you see sitting there. Because they're not, so far, the ladies that I have spoken to have said, I have a job, I don't want to be victimized. I have a small business, I don't want to be victimized. So the insane people you see sitting here have taken a risk. And the reason you do not see ladies sitting there yet is because they are there among you, supporting, but much more sensible than we are.
In an effort to seem transparent, Anug plans to publish on its Facebook page the amount of donations it receives, the sum of money, and the date. The party, however, has no intention to publish the name of its donors. According to Mr. Jonas, thus far, no finance has been received from external sources to fund Anug. He said all monies for advertising and the launch to date came from the pockets of those on Anug's steering committee. Meanwhile, Mr. Ramkaran believes that Anug will win enough seats at the next general and regional elections to hold the balance of power in the National Assembly. The party has pledged not to join with any of the major political parties to form a government and said it will be legally bounded by this promise.
If one of the parties gains a plurality and not a majority, and they're searching for a partner to join them, to give them a majority, we wouldn't be there. What our role will be is to say, this is what we want. If you support this, we will support you. And what we want is to build a governance system that is inclusive of everyone and which will solve the political problems of Guyana. That is what we're about. That is what we want. That is what we come to present to you here today, and that is why we're asking for your vote and your support.
The politician also spoke about political instability in Guyana, noting that since 2011, that instability crept into the political situation. Meanwhile, popular businessman and chief executive officer of Cayman Sankar Group of Companies, 70-year-old Benny Sankar, said he has always been apolitical but decided to come off the fence because he wants to make the well-being of people better.
How long, I'm saying to my friends, colleagues here, we do not make the well-being of the people better, we ain't going nowhere. And by well-being, I mean that you must be able to maybe have a house, be able to have good medical facility, be able to have good educational facility, be able to have good security, etc., etc.
Mr. Blair, on the other hand, said the PPP and the PNC used Linden as a political football to their advantage. Mr. Blair was born in Buxton on the east coast of Demerara and is involved in the construction industry. Meanwhile, Dr. Jeffrey lamented Guyana's position in the Caribbean, noting that the country is the second poorest country in CARICOM. In order to demonstrate that it is not just another political party, Anug promised that from the first day of taking constitutional office or being able to otherwise influence governmental policy, it will work to establish shared executive power, and within 1 month of being able to do so. It also promised to set about the constitutional reform process to make the necessary changes in the constitution. Anug said that this commitment will be legally enforceable. Reporting for the newsroom, Fariza Hanif.